Well, on behalf of your cameraman Mike Speakman, this is your match commentator Derek Disley. Welcome you to the South Leeds Stadium here in Yorkshire for this afternoon's Division 2 fixture between Hunslet Hawks and Leigh Centurions. We'll quickly go through the Hawks side for this afternoon. They line up at 1, Richard Baker, 2, Paul Sterling, 3, Giles Boothroyd, 4, Simon Wilson, 5, David Plange, 6, Lee Hanlon, 7, David Close, 8, Nick Rushton, 9, David Brooke, 10, Steve Price, 11, Des Mayer, 12, Mick Coyle, and 13, Matt Lambert. And the Hawks substitutes this afternoon are at 14, Tim Murphy, 15, Carlton Farrell, 16, Graham Southernwood, and 17, Glenn Lingard. The visitors from Hilton Park line up as follows. At 1, Jason O'Loughlin, 2, David Hill, 3, Alan Hadcroft, 4, Jimmy Vicoso, 5, Dean Purtill, 6, Alan Mason, 7, Jonathan Quigley, 8, Mark McGugan, 9, Sean Bannister, 10, Alex Kane, 11, Paul Daniel, 12, Rob Ball, and 13, David Lyon. And the Centurion substitutes are at 14, David Ingram, 15, Jed Stasiker, 16, Ian Halsall, and 17, Gary Graney. Our match official is Mr. Paul Taberner. And it's a Leigh side that comes into this game having lost the 3 opening fixtures of the new first ever summer campaign. For Hunslet, they opened with 2 victories but suffered their first defeat last week at Hull Kingston Rovers. So Quigley takes the ball from the kick-off, on loan from Salford. Bannister now to Mason, looks for a runner, finds Hill. Hill stops short of the quarter line. Bannister behind the play of the ball, goes left to Kane. Kane runs into Meyer and Close. Bannister now finds Rob Ball. 4, shouts Mr. Taberner. Daniel takes the ball. Slight mix-up in the messages there. Back to Mason for the kick. Wilkinson, of course, suspended for this game. Tim Street missing as well. But it's Hunslet Hawks in possession for the first time in the game. 10 metres outside their own quarter line. And Leigh are penalised for offside. The first play of the ball. 2 markers indicates the referee. First penalty of the game goes the Hawks' way. And the kick finds touch just inside the Leigh half. It'll be David Brooke with the tap. Bring the big number 8 Russian into it in centre field. Brooke again, looks for a runner, finds Mayer. And Leigh are caught offside now. And Leigh have spoken out of turn as well. So just 2 minutes of the game gone, and Leigh have already conceded 2 penalties. And Simon Wilson will now take the opportunity to try and put the Hawks ahead for the first time this afternoon. So the kick will be about 34 metres out, right in front of the Leigh posts. This new stadium here, of course, in South Leeds, only opened this year when Leigh were the visitors. Leigh lost heavily on that occasion, won't want reminding of that. They're looking to put things right this afternoon. In the meantime, Simon Wilson finally addresses the kick. His first kick of the game. It's wide, and Leigh will be forced to drop out from their own quarter. So the score remains 0-0. It's a Division 2 fixture, and it's Hunslet Hawks against the Leigh Centurions. So David Lyon now with the drop kick. Goes straight to Wilson. He'll bring it back. Adcroft and Quigley are the Leigh tattlers. Brooke behind the play the ball. Brings in second row of Coyle. Better defence from Leigh. Brooke changes the direction, brings in Lambert. Lambert makes 10 metres. Brooke again, looks for his scrum half close. He brings in Hanlon. There's Meyer, gets it out. Vicorso makes a good tattle though on Rushton. And they actually lost almost 15 metres on that movement, the Hawks. There's now Mayer again, out wide. Gets the ball away to Boothroyd in the tattle. Good defence from Leigh on the last tattle. No silly penalties now from the Centurions. Tattle on Rushton should give Leigh the first turnover of the game. Comes after 4.5 minutes. Vicorso goes from acting half-back. Leigh will want a good early start this afternoon. Try and get their season up and running. They get their first penalty of the game. Again, it's trying to play the ball. Mr. Taverner has made it quite clear to both sides that he won't tolerate anything round the play the ball. Dean Purtle finds touch just inside the Hunslet half. Bannister brings in Kane. Kane makes customary 10 on the first drive. Now it's Rob Ball. Ball tattled by Coyle and Close. Now it's Paul Daniel looking for the space. Great run, gets it out to Adcroft. Good play from Daniel, good support from Adcroft. Leigh's first real attack of the game. Bannister changes his mind, out to Quigley to Mason. Out to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin dodging and weaving. Wrapped up in the end by Meyer and Boothroyd. Vicorso down the short side. Finishes up in the hands of Sterling though. The chance is lost and Boothroyd now looks to clear his lines. Leigh will want to make this early pressure tell. Hawk supporters around us trying to get their side going. Paul Daniel makes a good stop. So it's now with Price. He gets over the quarter line. This is a good defensive spell by Leigh on this 6. Brooke now brings second row of Coyle into it. On the last tattle. Again, no silly penalties wanted from Leigh. Back to Wilson for the kick. That's a good kick, gets good distance on that one. Hill takes it inside his own quarter. Will look to bring it back. Can't get past Coyle and Close, but Leigh are back in possession 30 metres from their own line. Vicorso now. Shrugs off Wilson, but can't get away from Coyle. Quigley behind the play of the ball, onto Hill. Wilson is the tattler. Coyle completes the stop. Bannister goes down the short side. Inside to Adcroft. Adcroft gets away from 2 and a third. And in the end, Nick Rushton is the tattler in centre field. Bannister now to Quigley. Quigley looks for a runner. And in the end, it's dropped, knocked on. Referee's going to play on. He must call them back for the knock on. I think it should be head and ball to Leigh as well. Well, that won't go down too well with the home supporters, but I think the referee was right on that occasion. Of our first scrum of the game. It comes after 7.5 minutes. And still no points on the board. David Lyon comes away from the base of the scrum with that. An extra roll by the tattler. Leigh not happy with that. David Lyon in particular. Leigh really needed to play the 6 with that one. So close feeds for Hunslet. Comes away with the possession. Hanlon, no way past his opposite number Mason though. Now it's Coyle. It's a good ball out to Wilson, on to Sterling. Good tattle, ball's lost. Lyon comes up with the loose pieces for Leigh. So Mark McGugan playing it on the unaccustomed prop forward position this afternoon due to Leigh's injury situation. Now Rob Ball tries to take on Coyle. Leigh 6-7 metres short of halfway. Bannister now to Daniel. Daniel takes it up to halfway. Quigley looks for a runner, finds Mason. Mason forced to take them on. Leigh lost their way again. Quigley gets a good ball out now though to prop forward McGugan, and Leigh get a penalty for offside. So penalties 2 each at the moment, scrums 1 each, scoreline blank, and we've had 9 minutes of the game. Now David Lyon will kick for touch. It's about 12 metres. Bannister with the tap, first man in is Hadcroft. Hadcroft tries to take on the props Rushton and Price. Bannister onto Kane. That's a good run from Kane. Takes Leigh into the Hunslet quarter. Bannister goes on his own. Gets it away. It's with Mason now. He moves it on to Daniel. Leigh 10 metres short. McGugan behind the play of the ball. On to Mason now. Terrible pass, but it's picked up by Vicoso, and then it's knocked on by Plange. 6 more tattles, Leigh regain it. Quigley goes from acting half-back, can't escape the clutches of Lambert. Vicoso now, but Leigh playing too much one-out football at the moment. Solid tattle from Price. Leigh 15 metres out. Bannister goes from acting half-back. Well, I don't think that marker was squirt. Quigley now, on to Kane. Kane's held up 5 metres short. Leigh on the last tattle. It's now with Lyon. Well, Leigh must push him over. And it's on the last tattle. And the referee gives a turnover to Hunslet. It's a good spell from Leigh, but a solid defence from the Hawks. The home supporters trying to get behind their side. No way through for Sterling. Leigh need to keep them here. Rushton takes it up. Good defence from Leigh. Brook behind the play of the ball. Looks for a runner. Finds Mayer. Taken on by Daniel, who stands his ground well. Kane and McGugan are in on the stop as well. No way through for Plange. Good defence from Vicoso. Brook now hands it on to Close. It's with Hanlon. They've got an overlap here. Wilson, but the ball comes off Hill, I think, but it's knocked on by Hanlon. Referee will give 2 knock-ons. Yes, I don't think the home supporters had realised what was going on there. Given the knock-on against David Hill, no advantage gained by Lee Hansen, so Hunslet get the feed at the scrum. Alex Kane wanting some treatment in the Leigh front row. Well, a bright start by the Centurions. Certainly held their own in this opening 12 minutes. The scoreboard suggests it's 0-0 at the moment. Leigh still seeking their first point in the Division 2 campaign this season. Having lost their opening 3 matches. So Hunslet come up with that scrum possession. Hanlon brings the full-back Baker into the line. Now it's the second rower, Coyle. He gets it away to Boothroyd. Bannister as well to hang on to man and ball. 3 Leigh tattlers involved in the end. Now it's close once again. Looks a runner for a runner, finds Mayer. Mayer has to take the tattle from Adcroft and Hill. He was going nowhere. Well, the referee calls them back for a knock-on. Mayer claims interference. David Hill quick to bring it to the touch judge's attention that the ball was on the floor. So Quigley to feed the scrum for the Centurions once again. So Leigh come up with the possession. Scrums now 2 each. No way through for Hill. Tries to blast his way through Wilson's tackle, but Wilson stands his ground. Now David Lyon, he's on his own though. Makes 10 metres but no one with him. Bannister trying to organise things. Brings McGugan into the play. He gets over halfway. Bannister now on to Quigley. Rob Ball taking it up now. Pushed back in the end by Brook and Price. Bannister now to Quigley. On to Mason. On to Bannister. Almost obstruction by Leigh on the last tattle. And the kick comes in. Come off Hill. It's still the last tattle, so Hill has to put the kick in. Straight to fullback Baker. Good defence though from Ball. A free called, still last tattle. No advantage gained by the contact with the Hunslet player. Wasn't played intentionally. So now David Close tries to launch Steve Price. Hunslet just 10 metres or so short of halfway. Close once again onto Hanlon. Onto Meyer. Finds Sterling in the end. Now what can Paul Sterling do? He's still going. And the ball is dropped by Mick Coyle. A fine run from Paul Sterling. That's the danger of the pace outside on both wings for the Hunslet Hawks this afternoon. The Leigh defence just stood its ground enough in the end to save the situation. They come up with the scrum. No way through for O'Loughlin. It's the best we've seen of Hunslet so far in this game. Adcroft will bring it back again. Leigh are very unorganised. Vicoso behind the play of the ball. Forced to take them on. Tackled in the end by Leigh Hanlon. But Bannister now goes from acting half-back. That's better play. Stopped by his opposite number, Brook. Daniel now to Quigley. Finishes up with Kane. I'm not sure that Kane wanted it or expected it, but Leigh are on the last tattle. That'll be Rob Ball. I hope he knows it's the last tattle. Purtill gets away from one, then puts the kick in, but it goes straight to Simon Wilson. In fact, it bounces for fullback Baker in the end. Leigh need time to regroup at the moment. Good defence from Hadcroft. Leigh just lost the plot a little on that occasion. The Sterling break certainly upset them, but David Hill's not letting him escape a second time. Brook now to Close, on to Boothroyd. That's better defence from Vicoso on Ball. Close now to a half break there from Brook, quickly covered by Alan Mason. So now it's Lambert. Close on to Hanlon. Well, not a good pass. Leigh pick up the pieces. 2 knock-ons indicates the referee who called them back for the scrum. Head and ball to the Centurions. So we've had 17 minutes of this first half. Considerable improvement for Leigh on last week. At this stage they were 18-2 down at Carlisle. It's 0-0 at the moment. They win their 4th scrum. No way through though for O'Loughlin. Baker is the tattler. Vicoso goes on his own. Escapes one tattle, but can't get away from Brook. Kane takes it down centre field. Good run from Kane. Stopped in the end by Price. Bannister now launches Ball. Mayer is the tattler. Bannister goes on his own now. Finds Mason though. Onto McGugan. And straighten the move up. Was checked though by Coyle. Now Mason goes to the boot for the last one. All on, says the referee. And Leigh keep it going. And Purtill will score. Leigh in for the first points of the afternoon. Comes after 18 minutes. Dean Purtill is the try scorer. And the Centurions lead by 4 points to 0. Well, it was a fine high ball coming in from Alan Mason, which was taken by Vicoso, who had Daniel in support. Daniel somehow got the ball away. It was still all on the last tackle. And Purtill picked up the pieces, skipped past the last line of defence behind the post, and now he has the chance to convert as well. So it's a good start for Leigh. It's taken them 18 minutes to get on the scoreboard. And now Dean Purtill from right in front. Adds on the extras. The Centurions are up and running. We've had 19.5 minutes of the first half at the South Leeds Stadium. It's now a scoreline of Hunslet Hawks 0, Leigh Centurions 6.
Last week's game, knock it on slate. Get your heads up.
So it's David Lyon back at the centre with the restart. And Leigh will certainly look to build on that advantage. It's taken by Hanlon. It brings Coyle into the play. So now it's up to the Leigh defence to do its job. Fullback Baker in the line. Defence by Mason and Vicoso. Good tackle coming in from Kane. Close now, tries to launch Rushton. Good break from Rushton, but no one with him. Mason makes the stop for Leigh. And Leigh are penalised for 2 markers a game. They've done all the hard work, and then they give it all away by conceding a needless penalty on halfway. Simon Wilson with the kick for touch. Finds touch, but makes 5 metres. So it'll be David Brooke with the tap. Brings in Price. And second rower Coyle. And certainly Leigh got the upper hand at the moment. Brooke now on to Lambert. Lambert gets it away to Meyer. Meyer sets off on a run inside. All the way to Brooke, but it's intercepted by Quigley. Good defence by the Leigh scrum half. The Leigh defence was certainly stretched. The Hawks looked ready to claim their first points. Quigley comes up with the lifesaver. McGeegan takes it up to the quarter line. Bannister tries to launch Hadcroft. Bannister now on to Quigley. The inside ball to Daniel. Doesn't fool Coyle. Bannister now. Sit away to Kane. And the last one indicates the referee. It's now with Mason. Goes to the air again. Should be no danger this time for Plange. Plays it with his foot. Take it back. Quigley makes the stop, assisted by Vicoso. Now it's fullback Baker. Well, McGugan makes a good stop again. But Leigh lie on at the tackle once more. That's the 4th penalty they've conceded in these opening 23 minutes. It's as though Paul Daniel will be going to the blood bin to be replaced by Gary Graney. So Graney comes on. Simon Wilson with the relieving kick. Much better kick. Takes play over halfway. So Brook now to Close. On to Rushton. You know, Coyle takes it up. Leigh have got to stop these forwards running. Just giving them too much space at the moment. Brook now to Close again. On to Hanlon. On to Meyer out wide again. He wants to unload. Finds a good ball to Lambert. He's now with Coyle. Leigh take the dummy. Fine defence though from Jason O'Loughlin. A good break from Mick Coyle. They used the short side to Boothroyd. Great defence from Alan Mason. Mason has held him up. He got underneath the ball. And he indicates that the ball is lost and Leigh will tap from the quarter line. That was superb defence from Alan Mason. It looked all over a try for Giles Boothroyd. But Leigh have saved the situation once again. And now they've conceded possession with McGugan. Now it's Sterling, gets away from Hadcroft. Sterling shown he can run. Good defence from McGugan, but Leigh put themselves under pressure again. They're stretched on the far side. Boothroyd again. Good defence though once more by Mason. Now David Close forced to go back. And it's a try for David Plange. The Leigh defence just opened up for him. Looks as though David Close was running down a blank alley. But skipper David Plange has relieved the situation for the home supporters with Hunslet's first try of the afternoon. Makes the scoreline here at the South Leeds Stadium. It's the Hawks 4, the Centurions 6, and Simon Wilson to try and tie things up with the conversion. Well, it all came about with a tap from the Leigh quarter line, and McGugan lost the ball on the first tattle, and the Hawks have punished Leigh for that mistake with the Plange try. So Simon Wilson's second attempt of the game was wide with his first. But he's up that one between the H. The scores are all tied up once again. 26.5 minutes gone here at Hunslet, and it's a scoreline of the Hawks 6, the Centurions 6. So Wilson with the restart back on halfway. Now Leigh have got to control the ball for the 6. During his first drive, stopped just short of his own quarter line. Bannister to Quigley, brings in David Hill. Fine defence though by Hunslet. Kane takes it up now. That's a better run from Leigh. But again, Hunslet forced them back before the tattle is completed. Bannister forced to go it alone from acting half-back. The marker moved away very quickly then. Quigley's inside ball, finds Rob Ball. Ball shrugs one off. Lambert makes the stop. Leigh 5 metres short of halfway on the last tattle. Mason, worried by the approaching tattler, puts the ball out on the full. It'll be turnover time to the Hawks. Well, they have got to regain their composure. A good line out here. Hanlon looks for Plange again. Plange keeps it going to Boothroyd. Good defence though from McGugan. Leigh defence going to be tested again now. Sterling coming in from the left wing to have a go. Granian line of the Tattlers. Now with Coyle. Good defence from Quigley. Brooke now on to Lambert. Well, it was good defence in the end, but it was a long time coming. Wilson behind the play of the ball. Out to Meyer. Leigh wrapped the ball up in the tattle. That's good defence. On the last one, says the referee. Brooke now to Close. On to Hanlon. Ball's on the ditch, but Leigh on the deck, but Leigh have knocked on again. So they'll have to withstand the pressure once more. The hand got in the movement to stop the try, but the Hawks will have head and ball at the scrum. Close to feed. Possession goes Hunslet's way. It's now with Wilson. On to Sterling. Hill makes a good stop this time on his opposite number. Well, the Leigh captain is being spoken to now for persistent lying on at the tattle. But Leigh had a player underneath Paul Sterling. But this is a general warning. The next time it happens, someone will be in the sin bin. Well, Hunslet electing to run it now. Here comes Lambert on the charge. They want to get away from the tattle quickly. Brooke now. They ran out of ideas in the end. Good defence from O'Loughlin. Meyer goes from acting half-back, gets it away to Hanlon. Great tattle by Vicorso, the ball finds its way across to Baker. Good defence from Leigh, good scrambling defence. It's now with Close, on to Meyer. Great tattling David Lyon, but he still gets the ball away in the tattle. It's picked up by Price. Good chase and tattle from Quigley. So now here comes Rushton. He's held up and they're still outside the Leigh quarter line, and they started it 10 yards from the Leigh try line. Well taken under pressure by David Hill. Takes the tattle from Sterling but keeps the good possession. Hadcroft gets away from two. Good defence in the end from Sterling, stops him. So now here comes McGugan, offers the dummy, there's no one there to take it. So now Kane takes it up for Leigh. Stopped just short of halfway. Have Leigh weathered the storm? Mason now to Ball. Ball takes it back in the middle. Runs into a good tattle from Price. Bannister now to Quigley. Inside ball to Graney. Leigh on the last tattle, just inside Hunslet territory. Lyon now to Quigley. Quigley puts the kick in. Offside, says the referee against Hill. He doesn't mind. They're all onside now. Quigley makes a good kick and chase. That's better from Leigh. Wilson now launches Sterling. Hill's had enough of him. Brings him to ground again. Brooke now to Lambert. Vicorso makes the tattle. Leigh have got to stop this ball in the tattle. That's a big 10 metres. The referee has taken Leigh back. Coyle takes it up. Ball comes out. Oh, what's the referee's decision going to be? A penalty to Leigh. Well, the home supporters thought Leigh had pinched the ball in a 2-1 situation. Hunslet playing about with the ball. Why is the referee not taking some action on that? He's watched it all happen. Alan Mason trying to slow the game down. We're coming up to 7 minutes remaining in this first half as Dean Purtill will kick for touch. No, he finds touch on the home quarter, so what can Leigh do? Bannister has to go for the ball. Bannister with the tap. Purtill is first man in. Tattle by Coyle. Coyle makes the tattle again. Coyle moves off the mark very quickly once more, but McGugan gets away from him. Leigh just 10 metres out. Bannister now onto Mason. Onto Vike also. Good defence from Boothroyd. He has a second bite at him as well. Mason now. Onto Quigley. Kane tries to straighten the move up. Stopped by closest tattle on the last one. Bannister gets it away well. The ball is lost. And Leigh concede the third turnover of this first half. Comes just 6 minutes before the interval. Leigh just lacked a little imagination on that occasion with those 6 tattles. Rushton takes the tattle from Quigley. Brute goes from acting half-back. McGugan has him. Close now to Meyer. Good defence low down by Alex Kane. It's now with Plange. Nice Plange going to go all the way. He gets it away inside. Good defence from Leigh. I think a little high by David Hill. Last-ditch defence by Leigh has held Hunslet up. The referee is going to talk to his touch judge first. He's got the both captains. I think someone may be on report here. There's the referee calling out. We know he's having a word with the in-goal touch judge. No one seems to know who the guilty man was. The referee wants to put someone on report, but he doesn't know who's done the incident. Penalty goes Hunslet's way. So penalties are now 4 each. I beg your pardon, penalties are now 6-3 in Hunslet's favour. Simon Wilson with the opportunity to put Hunslet ahead for the first time in the game. 4 minutes to the break. So Wilson's third attempt of the game, 1 from 2 so far. No mistake this time from the Hunslet Hawks centre. Comes in the 37th minute and puts Hunslet ahead by 8 points to 6.
Penalty goal completed there by number 4, Simon Wilson. The score now, Hunslet Hawks 8, Leigh Centurions 6.
So it's Wilson back at the centre with the restart. Graney takes that behind his own line, drives it straight back, stopped just short of his own quarter. Bannister now to Quigley, onto Hill. Hill just gets over the quarter line before Hanlon makes the stop. Hold on, says the referee. Leigh keep going, wait for the referee's whistle. Bannister takes them up now, shrugs off Meyer. Mason now to Lyon. Lyon to Hadcroft. Hill was just a little slow getting there, and Hadcroft has to take the 3-man tattle. Lyon now to Mason. Puts the kick in. Crossfield. It's taken by fullback Baker, and Purtill eventually makes the stop along with Kane. So can Leigh keep this scoreline the same till half time? They'll settle for this at the break. Hunslet certainly want more. Lambert on the charge. Brook behind the play of the ball now. On to close to Hanlon. Good line out here. Hanlon gets away from Graney's tackle. Puts the Boothroyd away. Boothroyd still moving. Gets it away to Lambert. At least Tatlin's gone off at the moment. That's better from Graney and Bannister. Hanlon now puts the kick in. Well spotted, well read by O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin can't get away from prop forward Rushton. Hill now leads the charge back. Runs into Wilson and Sterling. Hadcroft goes on his own. Leigh bringing off Alan Mason and bringing on David Ingram. Vicoso's going nowhere, stopped by Lambert. It's now with Vicoso. He's stopped in centre field by Brook. Quigley goes for the kick and finds touch over on the far side. Well, the announcer says Ian Alsall has come on, but Alsall is wearing 16 this afternoon. That's David Ingram that's come on for Leigh. So Hunslet trailing 4-3 in the scrum stakes at the moment. Makes it 4 each. Hanlon now. Good defence from Ingram. Now it's Coyle on the charge. Leigh have got to stop this ball again in the tattle. McGugan wrestles him to the ground. Brook now on to Price. Again McGugan involved in that tattle. Brook now on to Close, on to Hanlon, to Meyer. Meyer tries to straighten the move up, gets a great ball. Well, that's well forward to Boothroyd. Well, and it's now a chase between Purtill. Well, no try, says the Ingle touch judge or the touch judge, but the pass to Boothroyd was so forward. How the officials let that one go, but Leigh will now drop out from under their own post. Ian, I beg your pardon, Dean Purtill was the Leigh lifesaver then. That would have been a bad time to Leigh to concede points. We've had 2 minutes of added time in this first half. And Leigh with the drop out from under their own posts, trailing by 8 points to 6. Well, the referee has stopped the clock. David Lyon will take the dropout. Takes it almost a halfway and it's dropped by Wilson as the hooter goes to bring to an end the first half of this Division 2 fixture here at the South Leeds Stadium. It's a half-time scoreline of the Hunslet Hawks 8 points, Leigh Centurions 6. Please stay with us for the second half. Well, welcome back to the South Leeds Stadium. A reminder that this is a Division 2 fixture and the half-time scoreline was Hunslet Hawks 8 points, Leigh Centurions 6. For Hunslet, a try from David Plange, 2 goals from Simon Wilson, and for the Centurions, a try from Dean Purtill, who also converted the try. So, are Leigh 40 minutes away from their first victory of the season? Time will tell. Yeah, needless reminder that they've lost their 3 opening matches. Notice that Paul Daniel has come back for this second half. He went off to the Bloodbin in the first half. David Ingram is on for Alan Mason. That's the only substitute Leigh have used so far. They're allowed 6 interchanges these days with the 4 substitutes. Close takes that from the kick-off, and Meyer leads the charge straight back for the Hawks. So Hunslet will be looking for early points in this second half. Boothroyd on the charge. Good defence from Leigh. Daniel quickly back in on the action. No way through for Rushton. Down the short side again to Coyle. On to Lambert. On the last tattle. Hunslet still short of halfway. Wilson with the kick. Tries to turn the Leigh defence. O'Loughlin runs onto it at pace. Falls to the first tattler, who is Lambert. And now it's David Hill looking for space up centre field. Shrugs off Hanlon. Can't get away from Rushton. Bannister now on to Vicoso. Vicoso goes back up centre field, runs into Price and Hanlon. Bannister now. It's with Kane. Kane offers the dummy. Hanlon doesn't take it. Leigh midway between halfway and the home quarter. With Quigley onto Ingram, back to Quigley, onto Ball. Bannister now to Daniel. Daniel looks to run at them, gets up to the quarter line. On the last tattle indicates the referee. What can Quigley come up with? That's a good towering kick. It's all on. And Leigh knock it back straight into the arms of Lambert, and the Hawks come up with the possession. So Hunslet just outside their own quarter. It's now with Coyle, the second rower. He's allowed to get the ball out in the tattle. Inside to Boothroyd. Boothroyd just walking through the Leigh defence. Quigley makes a good tattle, playing in the sweeper role. Close now, on to Rushton. It's a good tattle coming in there from McGugan. Keep it moving to Hanlon. Leigh just open up for Leigh Hanlon. The Leigh defence just walked away from the standoff. 3 minutes into the second half, and Hunslet have got what they wanted. The early score. Leigh Hanlon is the try scorer, but the Leigh defence just stood off him, let him run. And now the Hawks lead the Centurions by 12 points to 6. Well, that was very poor play by the Leigh defence. Hanlon took the opportunity well. Gives his side a 6-point advantage, and now Simon Wilson looks to increase that to 8. So Simon Wilson's first attempt of this second period. Creeps inside this near post. And Simon Wilson's third goal of the afternoon gives Hunslet an 8-point cushion. The Hawks now lead by 14 points to 6. So Wilson with the restart, taken well by Quigley. Launches ball. Ball stopped by Price's tattle, and Hunslet's tails will be up now. The home supporters getting behind their side. Don't look well offside then. Pertill comes into it. Stopped by Coyle. Bannister now to Daniel. It's a good surge from Daniel. Bannister keeps it moving. On to Adcroft. Adcroft takes it over halfway. That's a good play from Leigh. Kane takes it up now. Runs into his opposite number, Price. Last one indicates the referee. Quigley's kick is a poor one, straight to Plange. He gets it onto Boothroyd. Quigley recovers to make the tackle. Now it's Brook now, brings in Meyer. He gets a good ball out, but it's dropped by Brook. Purtill drops on it, and the referee will call them back for the first knock-on. And Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. Well, the Hawks have a player down at the moment, loose forward Matt Lambert, who was injured trying to tackle Paul Daniel. Referee wants him to join the scrum before Quigley feeds. Possession goes Leigh's way. Ingram now to Vicoso. On to Hadcroft. Hadcroft can't get away from Sterling. Wilson's in on the stop as well. So Leigh just short of halfway. Daniel again leading the charge. Bannister now onto McGugan. Price is the tackler. Bannister on to Quigley. Ingram back to Quigley. The long ball finds Hadcroft. He gets a good ball out to Vicoso. Inside to Hill. Hill still going. Good run from David Hill. No one with him. Leigh just 15 metres out. Bannister now to Quigley. On to Ingram. Will he take them on? McGugan takes the tackle from close, and Leigh on the last tackle. And Ingram is tackled after the ball had gone by Meyer. And Leigh get a penalty. Good decision from the referee. Mr. Taberner, not the most popular man round the South Leeds Stadium at the moment. And quite clearly impeded Ingram after he put the kick in. Now we've got two balls, and eventually Leigh get one, and Leigh will run it. And Leigh looked for space and kicked the ball backwards 10 metres. So what can Leigh do on attack now? Kane is the first man in. Leigh are 10 metres short. On to Daniel. Daniel turns in the tackle. 5 metres to go for the Centurions. Out to Quigley. On to Ingram. Ingram tries to take them on. It's wrapped up by Hanlon in the end. No way through for Hadcroft. Leigh desperately need points from this situation. Ingram now to Quigley. Inside to Hill. Well read though by Brook. Leigh on the last tackle. Not made the best use of these 6 tackles. Well, the referee got in the way there, but good chasing by Paul Daniel. Forces Hunslet to drop out from under their own posts. So a good spell of pressure this by Leigh, but they really need 6 points from this situation to get themselves back in it. Simon Wilson with a dropout. The Hawks ahead by 14 points to 6, coming up to 9 minutes gone in the first half. Second half, I beg your pardon. Vicoso will take it straight back. Lambert went high, and Leigh will get another penalty. So will Leigh now go for 2 points? And yes, they call up Dean Purtill for his second attempt of the game. Just outside the quarter line. In the meantime, Hunslet Hawks want to make a substitution. Tim Murphy's coming on to replace fullback Richard Baker. So Purtill's first attempt was in front of the post at the other end in the first half. Leigh are 8 points adrift at the moment. So Purtill's first attempt of this second period brings his side 2 points, reduces the deficit to just 6, and we've had 10 minutes of the second half. It's now the Hawks 14, the Centurions 8. So David Lyon back on halfway with the restart. Kicks it at David Close. He hands it on to Des Mayer. And it's a good tattle from Alex Kane. So Hunslet up to their own quarter line. Giles Boothroyd drives it in now. Spotted defence from Leigh, Paul Daniel and Mark McGugan. Lee Hanlon, show what he can do if given the space. Wrapped up by Quigley. Here comes Price on the charge. David Lyon makes the stop. Brooke now to Close once more onto Hanlon. Leigh read that one well. No way through for Rushton. Last one indicates the referee. Down the short side, Wilson puts the kick in. Purtill takes the badly bouncing ball. Can't get away from Wilson though, and Brooke completes the tackle. But Leigh are back in possession inside their own quarter. Quigley onto O'Loughlin. Bannister brings in Lyon. Lyon makes a good half break. It's a good 15 metres on that occasion. Bannister takes them on from acting half back. Good tattle by Lambert. Quigley now on to McGugan. McGugan forced to go it alone in the end. Lambert is the tackler once more. Ingram puts in the kick. Well read though by David Close. Just beat Ingram to the ball. Here comes the substitute Murphy. Good defence from Paul Daniel. And now it's Brooke again onto Hanlon. Keep it moving to Plange. He throws it inside to Meyer. Basketball stuff, but not going nowhere at the moment, Hunslet. Lee's defence stands its ground. Lambert makes a half break. Stopped by Ball. Brooke quick from the acting half back. Plange gets it away to Rushton. A prop forward. Forward pass though, says the referee. Well, that was very slightly forward if it was forward. The one he missed in the first half to Boothroyd must have been 2 yards forward, yet he saw that one that he's just given. Well, Mr. Taberner, not the most popular man with the home supporters at the moment. Quigley will feed the scrum. Leigh won't complain. Leigh come up with the possession. Purtill sets off on a run. Hanlon hands onto his shirt. Lyon behind the play, the ball. Goes on his own. Stopped by his opposite number, Lambert. Bannister now to Quigley. Fine break though by Kane. He's still going. Oh, wonderful move by Leigh. Leigh up to the quarter line. Good line out here. O'Loughlin on to Ingram. To Vicoso. Oh, good defence. Solid tattle on Vicoso. Bannister now on to Daniel. Daniel tries to crash through. Leigh on the last tattle once more. Bannister now to Ingram. Quigley's grubber kick. It's dropped on in the end by Wilson. So can Leigh keep the pressure on? Fine defence from David Hill. Gets Boothroyd as well. And the ball is stolen in the tackle, 2-on-1, so Leigh concede the first penalty of this second period. And Leigh can't afford to give away silly penalties in this situation, especially when they're trying to put pressure on the home side inside their own quarter. And so Price is the first man in. Leigh hold him up. Now Coyle on the charge. Daniel makes a good stop. Well, Meyer has the ball. He gets it away to Plange. They keep it moving to Hanlon now. Hanlon makes the dummy. Great defence by, but it's now with Boothroyd. And it's dropped by Meyer. The referee will call them back for the knock-on. So the Leigh defence, once again under tremendous pressure, being stretched in all directions by the Hunslet Hawks attack. Hunslet couldn't make the last pass tell again, thankfully for the Centurions. Almost 15 minutes gone in this second period. Leigh come up with their third scrum of the half. Ingram takes them on. It's 5 or 6 metres. Now O'Loughlin looks to take them on. It's a good ball out to Hadcroft. Hadcroft steps inside. Sterling catches him from behind. Now it's David Hill. He's got to take them on. The support was slow getting to him. Bannister goes from acting half-back. Couldn't quite get the pass out as Price and Hanlon made the tackle. Kane on the charge again. It's a good run. Leigh are inside the home quarter once more, but they're on the last tackle yet again. Ingram to Lyon. Well, who will the touch judge give the ball to? It seemed to come off Sterling. Interesting decision here by the referee. Well, derision from the visiting supporters this time. It certainly appeared that Paul Sterling made contact with the ball, and Hunslet win their first scrum of this second half. So it's now Lee Hanlon trying to lead the charge. Rob Ball doesn't take the dummy. Brook hands it on to Price. Leigh are penalised again at the play of the ball for holding down. Now that's interesting because the referee did give them a general warning in the first half. Next offence will be a sin bin him, yet no one went to the sin bin. Well, that was taken nowhere near where the ball went in touch. But Rushton on the charge now for the Hawks. Brook now to Desmeyer. He's held up by a good tackle from Lyon. Hadcroft comes to assist as well. Leigh looked to be up quickly on that play of the ball, but took an age to make. Now here comes Brook. Throws the ball away. It's on the deck again. Was that crossing? Yes, it was, I think. Looked like crossing to me. I thought that was a good decision by Mr. Taberner. I thought he may have missed it. The home supporters certainly did. The Leigh man was taken out of the play by the home players. But Dean Purtill now will try to put the ball out on this near side. And he fails to do it. And it's picked up by Wilson. So Leigh to face 6 tackles instead of having 6 with the ball. So it's now Coyle on the charge, just 6 points the difference. 14 points to 8, the Centurions trail. Lambert on the charge. Good defence from Hadcroft. Brook now on to close to Hanlon once more. The short ball to Rushton. Well read by Kane and Ball. Brook now on to close again. On to Mayer. Strong run from Mayer. Good defence from Leigh, and they forced the error as well. Mayer has knocked on in the tackle. So a bit of relief for the Centurions. They're really under pressure at the moment. 20 minutes remain at the South Leeds Stadium. Kane receives treatment once again. Quigley will feed the scrum. Well, Leigh seemed to have lost that at one stage, but they got it back again. Like also now gets it away to Hadcroft. Hadcroft cuts back inside. The escape route is cut off by the Hawks. Now with Vike also again. Bannister now to Hill. Hill takes on Price. Price wins the battle. Bannister now to Quigley. On to Ingram. Ingram stopped by Hanlon. The referee has given a knock on. 1-on-1. Hanlon claims he got the ball. And he gives head and ball to Hunslet. Well, Hunslet certainly could have had an advantage from that one in my book. With Ingram down receiving treatment as Leigh want to make a double substitution. Off come Alex Kane and Rob Ball. Gary Graney comes back along with Jed Stasiker. Now Hunslet have a player receiving treatment. Ingram's fit to continue. So is Mick Coyle. And Lyon was out quickly to make the stop on Lambert. Hanlon now, the long ball, finds substitute Murphy. It's on to Wilson, to Sterling. Sterling cuts back, plenty of space. They've worked the overlap well. It's now with Meyer. On to Plange. Try time Hunslet. Superb width of the park movement. David Plange gets the glory, but that was really a superb team try from the Hawks. They stretched Leigh one way, Paul Sterling brought it back the other, and the Hawks now 10 points up, leading by 18 points to 8. Hunslet make a double substitution, bring off David Brook and Steve Price, and Graham Sutherland and Glenn Lingard come on to replace them. But Leigh with problems once again, staring defeat number 4 in the face for the 1966 summer season. Simon Wilson, 3 from 4 attempts so far this afternoon. Just 5 metres in from this near touchline. It's well wide with that one. The Hawks supporters won't be complaining. Their side now lead the Leigh Centurions by 18 points to 8.
The score now is 18-8, and there has been a double substitution for Hunslet coming on. Number 15, Carlton Fowler, and number 16, Ryan Sutherland, and going
off. 16 minutes remain now here at the South Leeds Stadium. Mike Corso will take that straight back. Leigh want points quickly now. Bannister behind the play of the ball, onto Quigley. Bring in Purtill. He's wrapped up by the half-backs Close and Hanlon. Bannister now to Stasiker. Leigh are 10 metres short of halfway. Bannister on to Quigley. A half break from Daniel. Got it out to McGugan. McGugan was wrapped up by Mayer. Ingram now. Gets the ball out well. Stasiker down centre field. Keeps it going to Quigley. On to Ingram. Beg your pardon, on to Hadcroft. Good defence though by Murphy. Lyon with the kick ahead, straight to Sterling though. Sterling showed he's got the pace. But Stasiker makes the stop in centre field. So Hawks will certainly be encouraged now. Lingard takes it up. Graney is the lead tackler. Well, Leigh were never back on side then, but the referee wasn't watching. Now it's Southernwood. Long ball out to Boothroyd, out to Hanlon. Time play. Good defence though by Lyon. The Hawks growing in confidence now as this game goes on. Sontemayor. Leigh stop him in centre field. Boothroyd goes to acting half-back. Down the short side to Plange. Plange looks to run outside them, then kicks ahead. Into touch though. Certainly Hunslet not afraid to take Leigh on at the moment. We will have head and ball at the scrum, but it's points they want at the moment. 10 points the difference. Quigley to feed the scrum for the Centurions. No way through for Purtill. Held up by Hanlon, Boothroyd and Lambert on that occasion. Boothroyd makes a stop on Lyon as well. Bannister finds just Daniel to his left. Inside to Bannister, onto Quigley, to Stasica now. Leigh just a little slow getting up in the support stakes at the moment. Ingram now to Halsall. Didn't see Halsall come on. Now it's Hadcroft. Good tackle in centre field by Southernwood. Ingram now so on the last tackle. Stasica takes them on. Inside to Ingram. Out to Vicorso. Back to Ingram. On to O'Loughlin, and the try must be given. It's got to be try time for Leigh. The try is given. It comes 8 minutes from the end of this game. I beg your pardon, it's 12 minutes to the end of this game. Jason O'Loughlin is the try scorer. You play to the whistle in this game, and Leigh ran it on the last tackle. Some Hunslet players thought it was a forward pass, but it went sideways for my money. And Leigh with a good opportunity here to reduce the deficit to just 4. So Leigh have got all their 4 substitutes on the field now. And Dean Purtill with the conversion attempt. Instructions going out from the Leigh bench. They know this one's not yet lost. Purtill can slot this one over. The difference will be just 4 points. And Dean Purtill has got his 3rd goal of the afternoon. And Leigh are back in this one in a big way. We've got 11 minutes remaining at the South Leeds Stadium. It's now a scoreline of the Hawks 18, the Centurions 14. So it's David Lyon back at the centre with the restart. Close takes it, hands it on to Mayer, but Mayer was standing still when he took that one. So what have Hunslet got left in the tank? What have the Centurions got left in the tank? A penalty against Mayer for not playing the ball correctly. So Purtill will presumably go for goal again, virtually from the same position. Well, home supporters not happy with that decision by referee Paul Taberner. But Leigh won't be complaining, especially if Dean Purtill puts this one over. So Purtill looking for his 4th goal of the afternoon. and getting it. So suddenly, Leigh just find themselves 2 points in arrears. It's the Hawks 18, the Centurions 16. And Leigh will be looking to force the error once again. 9.5 minutes remain. All to play for now in the Centurions camp. So Lions kick. Now it's Mayer on the charge. Good defence by Leigh though. And the ball was stolen. Well, Leigh have spoiled all their good work by conceding that penalty by David Ingram. Now another Hunslet substitution. Carlton Farrell comes on to replace Nick Rushton. So Hunslet have taken off their complete front row. Wilson makes sure with the kick. Leigh being encouraged to get up, get amongst them. Southernwood with the tap. Lingard is first one in. No silly penalties from Leigh. Good solid defence, that's what they want. Try and force the mistake. Good charge from Coyne. Good recovery from Graney. Southernwood now to Lambert. Leigh stopped the ball in the tackle. That's the main objective now. Got to stop this flowing rugby from Hunslet. Now it's up to Boothroyd, but he's allowed to pass it out to Lingard. On to Brook. On to Lambert. He keeps it moving to Murphy. The substitute's going nowhere. Wrapped up by Hill. Sterling now on to Close. To Hanlon. Is that not crossing? No, says the referee. Murphy's worked the overlap. And Jason O'Loughlin stands his ground well. It's on the last tackle. Will they go for a field goal? Well, what's happened? It took a long time to decide whether that was between the H or not. And it's Leigh Hanlon's drop goal that makes the deficit 3 points now. Seven minutes to go. Centurions trail by 3 points. It's now 19 points to 16 to the Hunslet Hawks. So Leigh's got to conjure a try up from somewhere in these last 7 minutes. So Hanlon with the restart, goes into touch. Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. But Leigh playing the game at the wrong end of the field at the moment. They've got a long way to go. Well, they should get possession from this scrum. Quigley feeds the scrum. Hill gets it a standing start, wrapped up by Hanlon. So Alsall takes it up now, gets up to the quarter line. Penalty again to Leigh. Correct decision from the referee. Hunslet are really interfering at this play of the ball. They're their own worst enemy at the moment. Leigh are just a couple of metres short of halfway now. Granius first man in. Gets over the halfway line. Leigh are in the right half of the field now. Alsall takes it in this time. Paul Daniel on the charge. Good yardage gain by Daniel. And another penalty. Interference again at the play of the ball. And is the referee going to make something permanent here? He doesn't give Hunslet a general warning like he gave Leigh in the first half. Stazika is first man up. Oh, the position's there now for Leigh. 5 minutes remain at the South Leeds Stadium. Quigley gets it back. Lying on to Vicoso. On to Hadcroft. One past too many by the Centurions on that occasion. Quigley now to Vicoso. Bannister now on to Quigley to Ingram. Ingram looks to take them on. Leigh 10 metres out. Can they conjure something up? But penalised again against David Ingram for not playing the ball correctly. Well, the touch judge on the near side has attracted the referee's attention to something. The Leigh skipper is being spoken to. So Simon Wilson with a vital kick. He's going to make sure this one goes in. And make sure he does. 3.5 minutes remain. 3 points the difference. Well, Hunslet looking to slow things down now. Southernwood hands it on to Farrell. Leigh have to force an error. And a penalty against Farrell for pushing at the play of the ball. Well, it's a needless penalty for Hunslet to concede. The referee wants to talk to Carlton Farrell, who's walked well away from the play. The referee stops the clock. Calls up skipper David Plange. Well, Hunslet beginning to lose their composure a little. But Leigh are running out of time at the moment, just 2.5 minutes. Referee wipes the clock back on. So David Lyon will go for touch. Takes play into the home quarter. Now, what have Leigh got to offer from this position? Stazika is first man in. 10 metres to go. Bannister goes from acting half-back. Wrapped up by Boothroyd. Graining out to Quigley. On to Daniel. Scrambling defence from the Hawks. Bannister goes down the short side. Ingram cuts back inside. No, we've got to play the ball correctly this time. Bannister now to Quigley once more. Quigley turns round. Onto O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin dodges and weaves. Throws the ball away. Stazika picks it up. Onto Graney. Well, Leigh have just lost their way completely on this set of 6. They're on the last one. Quigley onto Vicoso. And Adcroft is pushed into touch on the far side. And it's turnover time for Hunslet. Well, this has been a much better performance by Leigh this afternoon. But it looks as though the game's going to escape them. Hunslet will play the up your jumper stuff at the moment. Hill makes the stop. Sutherland goes from acting half-back. Then passes it off the floor. Well, what a silly thing to do. Leigh will get another chance inside the last 60 seconds. David Lyon finds a good touch. So Leigh have got to be quick. One try will do it. 45 seconds of normal time remaining. Stazika goes on his own. Leigh are running out of time. Hadcroft half through the gap. Leigh are just 5 metres out. Can they conjure something up from this position? Quigley inside to Daniel. Daniel's held up a couple of metres out. Graney onto Halsall. Solid defence. There's 10 seconds of normal time remaining. Will it find its way to Hadcroft? He throws it inside to Hill. The referee says it's forward. And that could be Leigh's final attempt. We're into added time, but there could be a lot of that in this second half. We've only had 15 seconds so far. Leigh again just running out of ideas at the death. Possession to Hunslet. And the hooter goes, and Leigh Centurions have suffered their fourth successive defeat at the start of this 1996 summer season. They've been defeated here at the South Leigh Stadium by 19 points to 16. For Hunslet Hawks, 2 tries for David Plange and 1 for Lee Hanlon, with Simon Wilson kicking 3 goals and Lee Hanlon adding a drop goal. For the Centurions, a try in each half, 1 for Dean Purtill and 1 for Jason O'Loughlin, with Dean Purtill adding 4 goals. In the end, it was Leeds. The Hunslet defence was just strong enough to keep Leigh at bay. Leigh have been defeated once again. So on behalf of your cameraman Mike Speakman, this is your commentator Derek Disley saying goodbye from the South Leeds Stadium with a final reminder of this afternoon's scoreline. It finished Hunslet Hawks 19, Leigh Centurions 16.